10 psychological reasons you push people away, even when you need them most. Most people think you push people away because you don't care, but the truth is darker, deeper, and much more painful. You push people away because caring feels dangerous, because connection feels like a risk, because the closer someone gets, the more power they have to hurt you. Today, we're going to explore 10 psychological reasons why you distance yourself, even from the people you actually want in your life. If any of these hit you hard, it's because you've been carrying this for far too long. Let's begin. You've been emotionally neglected, and you learned to rely only on yourself. If you grew up in a home where your feelings didn't matter, where crying was overreacting, or vulnerability was weakness, then you learned one thing early: you can only rely on yourself. So when someone shows care now, your instinct isn't to accept it, it's to question it. You don't push people away because you hate them. You push them away because letting them in feels unfamiliar, and the unfamiliar feels unsafe. You fear disappointment more than loneliness. Most people fear being alone, but you fear being let down. You've seen too many broken promises, too many people who said, "I'll never leave," and then left anyway. So loneliness became easier, predictable, comfortable, because loneliness can't betray you, but people can. You've built emotional armor, and now you don't know how to take it off. You've survived things most people wouldn't understand: pain, trauma, abandonment, rejection. Each experience added a new layer of armor. And now, you're protected, but you're also trapped inside your own walls. When someone tries to get close, you don't open the door, you reinforce the lock. Not because you don't want connection, but because you don't remember how to let it in. You assume people will eventually get tired of you. Deep down, you believe something is wrong with you, that you're too emotional, too complicated, too intense, too quiet, too much, or not enough. So instead of waiting for someone to leave, you leave first. It's not rejection, it's self-protection disguised as indifference. You're not hard to love, you're hard to convince that you're worthy of love. You read people too deeply, and you notice the smallest shifts. You're emotionally intelligent, maybe even hyper-aware. When someone's tone changes, you pick up on it immediately. When their energy shifts, you feel it. And instead of asking, "Are you okay?" your mind jumps to, "They're losing interest. They're annoyed. They're done with me." So you withdraw, not because they pushed you, but because your anxiety convinced you they would. You confuse peace with isolation. Being alone became your safe space. You're quiet. You're healing. But the problem with solitude is, it can start to feel like safety even when it's actually avoidance. You tell yourself, "I'm better off alone. It's easier this way." But humans aren't built for isolation. Even the strongest ones hurt in silence. What feels like peace is sometimes just fear wearing a mask. You believe vulnerability is dangerous. To let someone in means letting them see you, not the version you control, not the calm one, not the strong one, the real you, the one who has fears, wounds, insecurities. And that level of exposure terrifies you. So when someone gets close, your instinct is to shut down, act cold, or disappear. Not because you don't care, because you care so deeply that it scares you. You overthink every relationship. You don't just think, you analyze. You break down every text, every pause, every expression. You create scenarios that never happened. You assume the worst before anything happens at all. Overthinking becomes a weapon you use against yourself. And instead of asking for reassurance, you pull away and say nothing. You distance yourself to avoid the pain you think is coming. You secretly want someone to fight for you. Here's the paradox of your life. You push people away, but deep down, you're hoping someone refuses to go. You want someone who sees your silence as pain, your withdrawal as fear, your distance as a test of trust. Someone who stays, someone who understands, someone who doesn't give up on you. But most people aren't mind readers. And when you pull back, they assume you don't want them. And the cycle continues. You've never experienced safe love, so you don't know how to accept it. So if you've been pushing people away, Not because you don't need them, but because you're scared. This is your reminder. You're not too broken. You're not unlovable. You're not bad at relationships. You're just someone who's been hurt and is still trying to protect themselves. But healing begins the moment you choose connection over fear. Let people in slowly, gently, carefully. You deserve love that feels safe. And it's okay to let yourself receive it.